Hi, welcome to The Art of Yoga with Kat Justice. This video is about yoga for resilience, and it's part one in a four-part series that I'm doing based around this idea of trying to increase our body's ability to be resilient against the stress of the outside world. So even if the outside world has all these stressors coming at us that we can't control, this yoga practice will help us to maintain peace and calm in our inside world and not let the stress of the outside world negatively affect our health or our body or our mind or our spirit. So this first video is all about grounding. We're going to work with our root chakra, our muladhara chakra, to try and ground the body to increase our sense of connection with our body, connection with the present moment, and our sense of safety and calm in the midst of chaos, if possibly, or just the stress of the outside world. So as always, listen to your body. If you need to rest, rest. If something feels wrong, take a break, rest in child's pose, and come back to the practice whenever you feel comfortable. So we'll start in seated, and you can do this sitting in a chair, sitting cross-legged. If you want to grab a yoga block or a bolster, something like that to prop yourself up and sit on, feel free. As you sit, go ahead, close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, think about lining up your heart over your hips, your head over your heart. Let the body grow a little taller, and then soften the shoulders and the hips. Breathing in and out through the nose, start to notice how your breath is affecting your body. Noticing where your body moves as you breathe, and if it helps, you can always place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. And think about sensing that movement that naturally happens as you inhale and as you exhale. And as we become more aware of the breath, what often happens naturally, or maybe it needs a little bit of prompting from you, is that the breath starts to drop down lower in the body, dropping down into our belly. We call this diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing. The diaphragm muscle is this dome-shaped muscle at the bottom of our rib cage that as we inhale it drops down, and so the belly expands to make room for the lungs to expand. So feeling the belly open and expand on the inhale and soften back in on the exhale. And when we breathe this way, this low diaphragmatic belly breathing, it's a natural antidote for stress. So our stress response is linked with kind of breathing up into our chest and shoulders. So when we breathe down into our belly, we trigger our body's parasympathetic nervous system or relaxation response. So right away, by this belly breathing, we're already taking some of that stress out of our body. And then the second thing to think about is the timing of your breath. So the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale. Just notice how that timing is sitting in you right now. And again, what we want to do is try and even the breath out, so the inhales and the exhales are of roughly equal length, or maybe you want to cheat a little and let your exhales be a little bit longer than the inhale. That's fine too. Again, our relaxation response is linked with our exhalations. So a nice long exhalation is going to help to relax the body even more. And then the last thing to think about is the texture of the breath. So what adjectives would describe your breath right now? Is it smooth or rough? Is it calm? Is it choppy? Sometimes words don't come, but if you imagine like if your breath were a body of water, what would the waves look like? Would they be kind of big and strong? Would they be light and soft? And just trying to calm the waters of your breath down. Smoothing them out, slowing it down. And as you breathe this way, Just starting to notice your body's contact with the earth. So as you sit in the chair or the floor, just feel the weight of your body just kind of nestling into the support from the earth, the chair or the floor. At the same time, feel your spine just grow a teensy bit taller. Feel that sense of lengthening upwards. And then from here, you can go ahead and open the eyes, if they're not already, and switch the cross of the legs if the legs are crossed. Finding that nice heart over hips, head over heart, that nice tall spine again. Now we're going to take a twist. So we'll twist to the right. You can bring the back of the left hand to the outside of the right knee, and then we'll inhale, lift the right arm up, and exhale, let it float down comfortably behind you or onto the chair back. And as you twist from here, think about softening in the shoulders, and again, feel that sinking down into the earth. You just twist to that first point of resistance, nothing forced. So we're just feeling where your body would naturally stop the twist, and then we're breathing there. And then exhale, gently unwind, and we'll take the other side. So now back of the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, left arm lifts, and exhale, let it float down as you twist to the left. And again, just find that first point of resistance and breathe into that. Feeling your body sink into the support of the earth. At the same time, feeling that little puppeteer string helping to lift you taller. Softening the muscles of the face, the jaw, the forehead. And then exhale as you unwind. From here, let's move on to hands and knees. As you come onto your hands and knees, go ahead and spread your fingers nice and wide, using the whole palm of the hand to support yourself. So not just your wrists. Ground through the base of the forefinger, the base of the thumb. Feel your knees connecting to the earth. And then from here, we're going to move through cat and cow. So you can exhale for that nice rounded cat back. Inhale to gently arch for cow pose. Exhale, rounding into cat. Push the floor away. Feel that connection to the earth. And inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Moving at your own pace, just follow your breath from one pose to the next. Still feeling that sense of grounding, of rooting down into the earth. And then on an exhale, taking it back to child's pose. So you can separate your knees and bring your big toes to touch. Sit your hips back and rest your body down. If it feels more comfortable to keep the knees together, you can always have them together. You can keep the arms forward, or you can fold them under your head. You can place them at your sides. Wherever you're at in child's pose, once again, just feel your body sink into the earth. Feel that support from the ground and let your body melt into that. Feeling that slow diaphragmatic breath now moving into your lower back, expanding as you inhale, softening as you exhale. And then on an inhale, go ahead and rise back up to hands and knees. And then from here, we're going to step the feet forward, bend the knees. Let your body sink down. Let it all go. Let your chest rest either close to your thighs or maybe even on your thighs. And then you're going to bend your knees as deep as they can bend. Push through the feet and roll on up. Keep the knees bent until the last moment. As you breathe and roll up at the top of the inhale, go ahead, reach through the arms. And then exhale, hands to the heart. And from here, we're going to move into mountain pose or Tadasana. From mountain, you can have the feet touching or you can have them hip distance apart, whatever's more comfortable. Bringing the hands to the heart. If you feel a little lightheaded after rolling up the spine, feel free to sit until you're ready to join back in. But you're going to feel now the four corners of your feet. So if you imagine if your feet were cars where they would have tires, those are your four corners. So we're going to try and find kind of even weight on all four tires. It can help often if you lift up all 10 toes off the ground, spread your toes wide, and then place them back down. That can be helpful for finding those corners. And then from here, close your eyes. The weight will just get your body will get a little bit tippier with the eyes closed. That's fine as you find that equilibrium. And as you feel that grounding through the four corners of your feet, think now of lifting through the crown of the head. Make sure the knees are unlocked, the legs are active. And then check back in with your breath. Again, you can always do the one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly to feel the breath moving. Let it drop down into the belly. Soften the face, the jaw, the shoulders, and just feel that connection to the earth. That image of a mountain can be great here. Just that kind of effortless strength. And now moving into tree pose. For tree pose, you want to think again about those four corners of your feet, but now you're going to imagine like you've got roots growing out of those corners that are as big and as wide as you are to really help with that feeling of grounding and rooting into the earth. So shifting the weight to your right leg, feel those roots growing. You're going to feel your trunk, your standing leg be nice and strong. As you find where you want your left foot to go, you can bring it to the inside of the ankle. You can bring it up to the inner thigh, skipping the knee. Never place it right on the knee, either above or below the knee. Another option is to bring it to the inner thigh. And again from there, feel your roots growing and spreading. Feel your trunk standing tall. Again, make sure your knee is not locked back. Unlock the knee. And then from there, your branches, which is your spine and your arms, are nice and light. Breathing here. If your balance is tippy, make sure that you're focusing on a single point. That'll help. If you focus your vision, it'll help to steady your balance. Make sure you're breathing. Don't hold your breath. And then exhale. Slowly step down. And we'll take the other side. So once again, find those four corners and feel your roots. Feel your trunk. Unlock the knee. And find where you want your right foot to go. It might be the same spot as the other side. It might be different. Once again, feel that strong leg, feel that rooting down, and then feel that burden lift off your spine and your arms. So again, if you think of kind of the strength of a tree, it's able to bend and sway that little bit. You might feel your ankle doing little adjusting movements. It's a good thing. But they say what doesn't bend breaks. Resilience, we want to be able to bend. We want to be able to go with the flow a little bit as we feel that kind of connection and that rooting strength. And then exhale, step it on down. From here, go ahead, separate your feet so that they're hip distance, kind of lining up with those pokey bones at the front of your hips. And we're going to take a few rounds of earth to sky breath. So from here, soften your knees, and we're going to exhale and just let your body roll down the spine to begin. From here, keep the knees nice and bent. It's going to be like you're scooping up some earth. Push through the legs, roll up through the spine, keep the knees bent till you're all the way up. And then exhale, arms go wide, and let the body roll down again. So we're going to inhale, roll on up. And exhale, float on down. One last time, inhale, rolling up. And then exhale, float it down. And this time stay down. Let the body relax, let the head hang free, knees are bent. And then from here, we can slowly transition back to hands and knees, and then onto our backs for Shavasana. With Shavasana, which is our final relaxation pose, if you feel better with a bolster or a pillow or something under your knees, you can always slide that under your knees to help take some pressure off the back as you relax back. Or you can just lie flat, that works too. From here, let your arms rest out at your sides with the palms facing upward. And go ahead, close your eyes. With the eyes closed, once again, we're going to check in with our breath. As you breathe in and out through the nose, again, feel that gentle expansion of the belly on the inhale, softening back in on the exhale. Feel and notice wherever your body is making contact with the earth, and then think about sinking and melting into that contact. Kind of as if you were lying in warm, wet sand. Just let your body melt. And as you melt, feel all of that support that the earth has to offer you. Slowing down the breath, especially the exhales. And if you notice your mind starting to wander to thoughts that are stressful or thoughts that you're kind of holding on to a little too tightly, just bring your awareness back to that feeling of melting in the body, back to the sensations of the breath, so that we're training our mind at the same time as we're relaxing our body. We're training our mind not to get caught up in the stress, but to just come back to those present moment sensations, to that mindful awareness of your body, and to the ability to let go. And then from here, go ahead and wiggle fingers, toes. You can, if you want, you can stay here for longer, or if you're ready to come out, you can gently circle through the arms. Stretch out the body any way that feels organic, that feels good. When you're ready, hug your knees to your chest. You can gently rock side to side. And then rolling all the way to one side. You can rest here on your side for a few breaths. And again, whenever you're ready, go ahead and come back up to seated, back into our comfortable seated position, whether it's cross-legged or in a chair. And as you come back to seated, once again, heart over hips, head over heart, arms relax down. Reconnect with that nice slow belly breath. And with the eyes closed, let's inhale, bring the arms up overhead, palms to touch. Exhale, first bring your thumbs to your forehead for peaceful thoughts. Then to your mouth for peaceful words. Last to your heart for peaceful action. Om Shanti, Namaste. Well, thank you all so much for watching the video and for engaging in some yoga for resilience. I hope you're feeling a little more calm, a little more grounded. And if you enjoyed this video or you want to learn more about Yoga for Resilience, you can come back to my YouTube channel. This was part 1, and there's going to be 4 parts, so feel free to look for parts 2, 3, and 4 as they become available. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day or night, and namaste. Thank you.